Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl NK Ume and I'm here with the vibes again. Pure vibes. If you're new here, my name is Nkirume, a YouTuber based in Abuja, a lawyer, a mom, and a wife. Yeah. An entrepreneur, everything. Check me out on Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok for content. That's where I put my personal life. Everything is out there. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. Kindly subscribe, like my videos, comment, and share with your friends. I'm sure you would love what you're going to be seeing on my page. I'm still trying to come up a little bit. Anyways, today I'm going to talk about my pregnancy journey. In a nutshell, my pregnancy journey. Oh my God. I had one of the worst pregnancies. I can't say the worst pregnancy was just one of, like, I had a hard time being pregnant. If you know this is the kind of video you want to be watching, can you stay tuned? See you later. Hi, welcome back. It's your girl. Have you watched my previous video? Go and watch my previous video. I was talking about privacy in a relationship. You'll enjoy it. Go and watch it. For those that watched it, thank you for engaging. Thank you for watching my last video. I really appreciate you guys. Anyways, so as I said in the introduction, I'm talking about my pregnancy journey. My pregnancy was a hell of a ride. Before then, okay, let's take it back a little bit. Sometime in September, I found out I was pregnant. In fact, exactly on the 19th of September, right? I found out I was pregnant. The next day was my dad's birthday. So I was really excited that, oh, I'm pregnant. Let me rush and go and tell my dad, tell my mom, tell everybody. Found out that, before that, I knew I was pregnant. I was feeling pregnant. Everyone was like, no, you're not pregnant. It's just your mind, your imagination. Because we agreed that we're going to stay a year before we get pregnant. It was just 9 months. And even though it was 9 months, we just were not ready yet. We had not planned to get pregnant. We said a year at least before we think of getting pregnant. So I would be at home, and for complete 24 hours, I would be on my couch like a couch potato. I would stay there till my husband comes back from work. I won't move an inch. I will be there. He'll come back. What have you done? Nothing. Are you hungry? Yes. Let's look for something to eat. That was basically my life. So I knew that it was not normal. For myself, I knew that I would be doing something. I know myself. I would get busy, do something, press my phone. I won't press my. I will just lie down, sleep all day from morning till he comes back. I will be sleeping. So I told him, I think I'm pregnant. Like, you're not pregnant. You're not pregnant. I think I'm pregnant. He said, "Don't let us do tests." We brought pregnancy test. Negative. The home pregnancy test was negative. I said, no, I'm still pregnant. I said, okay, let's go and do blood test. So when I did blood test, it was negative. I was like, I had not missed my period, which, by the way, women, wait to miss your period. Don't be like me. Wait to miss your period. So I had not missed my period, but I knew I was pregnant. So when you're like, okay, 2 days after that, I started feeling some itch down in my vagina. So I was like, it's itching me. I told him, my husband, it's itching me. I was like, if it's itching, what's what? I said, I don't know. I have to treat it though. And of course, trust me, as a Nigerian, I self-medicated. I contacted the doctor and he told me what to take. And I quickly went, bought the antibiotics, strong antibiotics, and I drank it. That was it. The itch disappeared. I continued my life. 4 days later, I didn't see my period. The 5th day, I said, baby, I've not seen my period though. We said, okay, let us go and check. I bought home pregnancy. In fact, I always have it, like, currently. I always have pregnancy tests. So I brought out my pregnancy test and I checked, and it was like one thick line, one small line. I was like, am I pregnant? I was like, no. I said, look. He said, no, maybe it's a mistake. You didn't do it well, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, let's go to the hospital. Let's go to the lab. So went to echo scan. It's somewhere close to our house. And then went to echo scan. And then we checked. And I got the result. I was like, I'm pregnant. I was pregnant. This was happening September 19th. I was pregnant. And I was so excited. So, I'll tell my dad about it tomorrow, being his birthday. I'll give him a birthday gift, September 20th. I'll tell him I'm pregnant. I was so excited. We calculated. You know that we calculated this thing was falling into my husband's father's birthday. And my late father-in-law, I was going to get on his birthdays, as in everything being equal. Like, it was the date. They gave me the date as I think May 26th, as my delivery. I was like, I called my mom. I was like, no, I didn't call my mom. Like, I'm going to go and tell my mom tomorrow, since she has been calling me to get pregnant, let me tell her that, look, I'm pregnant. I was so excited. For someone that wasn't ready to get pregnant, I was very excited. Now I understand why they say that if you're not ready to get pregnant and you are pregnant, for everything's out the window, you'll be very happy. I was very, very excited. I was like, I'm pregnant. I called my friends. I was like, I'm pregnant. Called my mother-in-law, told her I was pregnant. The next day, I went to meet my mom. Like, I'm on Mrs. I'm pregnant. I was like, hey, that's good. So I took the result. I called my dad, Daddy, happy birthday. Guess what? I have a birthday gift for you. I'm pregnant. Like, you're pregnant. Finally, Eshwada. Eshwada means the car was fun. Eshwada. And we laughed. We were so happy. And we continued. The pregnancy started progressing. I was normal. It was normal. I wasn't having it. Okay, I just had engorged breast. Like, it was engorged. My breast was heavy. It was so heavy. If you hit me on the breast, you are dead. You are dead meat. I will kill you. So that was the only hiccup I had with that pregnancy. So that was just, so I was just moving on. September passed, October. So at exactly, I had an event that period, so I was in a 1 week event. So I was trying. I wasn't stressing myself. I got people to work with me. My cousin was working with me. It wasn't supposed to be stressful. It wasn't stressful. The morning, Saturday of the finale of the show, I woke up and my husband traveled. He traveled for a wedding in the East. I woke up and I was having cramps. Like, I was having cramps. My belly was pinning me. I was meant to clock the almighty 8 weeks that day. I was really like, that was when I was going to be entering 8 weeks or so. I was like, I told my husband, oh, see how I feel. I went to toilet chair. I was having brownish discharge. I'm having brownish discharge. I just feel somehow. He told me, stay in bed. I called my sister. I called my mom. This is also stay in bed. Don't move an inch. So I called people that was doing the event for them. I told them, look at. So they're like, okay. So I said, my people can handle it. I will be handling everything from here. And it was all fine and good. We're handling it from there. Before it became bad, I started having like pains. I called my dad was like, okay, go to the hospital. We need to come to we need to see you at the hospital. So I said, okay. My mom said, have a cold bath, do this, do that. I did all that. I had my bath. I was now headed to the hospital. I got to the hospital. The doctor started seeing me. She was like, what? Okay, you have to go for scan, blah, blah, blah. She was threatening miscarriage. I was so scared. I called my husband. I said, look, they were like, calm down. Let's just see what the scan says. I got to the scan, to the lab. I entered. So I should lie down. My sister was there with me. They checked. The doctor was like, how many weeks do you say? I said, 8 weeks. I saw my period last this day. I took in, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. We said, okay, go on. You need to go and ease yourself. We can't do the one on the tummy. We have to do the intravaginal, intravaginal. I don't know the one they said they have to check inside the vagina. And I was like, okay, let me go and get ease myself. I have to go and empty my bowels. So I went to, like, thinking of it now, I'm shaking, but I will move. I went to the restroom. I went to ease myself. When I was going to, I just wiped myself and I saw blood, like blood. I started crying. I called my husband, baby, I'm bleeding. My baby's going out. I was crying. Hi. He was like, don't cry. It's okay. Just go to the doctor. Let's know what the doctor is going to say. I went back to the lab. I was like, I'm already bleeding. Like, okay, they'll still check. They started check. They were like, the miscarriage is already happening. That the pregnancy stopped progressing at 5 weeks. Hence, that now it's just the tummy is contracting to remove it. Like, it's no longer progressing. It has no use to be there. I cried because I was already so excited that I was going to have a baby. I cried. I called my husband. I told him. Then they gave me some drugs. They cancelled me. They spoke to me. The doctors told me, oh, see, like, just don't worry. Most women, their first pregnancy end up in miscarriage. I tried to trace my steps to the doctor. I told them everything. They're like, oh, it's that drug I took. The drug was too strong. So the drug, it was that drug. And that I was having implantation itch. I had no idea there was anything like implantation itch. I only knew implantation bleeding. I didn't know anything. I don't know about implantation itch. That was what I was having. Apparently, the embryo, the fetus was implanting in my womb, and I didn't know. That was what happened. And I went to go and take drugs, and that's how I spot the pregnancy stopped progressing at 5 weeks. So it was no longer viable. So it had to go. The body had to reject it. I got home to my sister's house. My husband was not around now, and then I took the drugs they gave to me, and boy, oh boy, I felt labor for the first time that day. I was crying. I was hitting the wall, the pain, the contraction, because the womb had to contract to remove it. I cried, but no. It was terrible. I wouldn't even lie. I wouldn't even wish that on my enemy. So after the miscarriage, it passed. I stayed home for like 2 weeks. I resumed work and it was business as usual. So I had a miscarriage on the 24th of October. That was when I had the miscarriage, and we moved on. I will still remember. Then if I watch movies, I remember it, I will cry. I'll watch movies, I would cry. I'll remember my pregnancy. Anything I thought about babies, I will cry. I'll be frustrated. So I was now longing to have a baby. I was now looking forward to it. After the whole pregnancy thing, I went back for my checkup. They said, okay, I was okay. Everything, the pregnancy went out completely. It's a complete abortion. And that was it. I was asking my mom, oh, I want to take him. I was like, but we agreed 1 year. And I said, my mother said, push. My mother said, go and see a doctor. Go and do this and do fertility. I said, I'm not even infertile. They've not even declared me fertile. Why would I say fertility doctor? My mother said, go and see a fertility doctor. We even went to see a fertility doctor. Not knowing that by then we was going to see a fertility doctor. I think I was already pregnant, or it was already implanting. So November, I saw my period. Then December, my period was meant to come. My period came December, yes, December 2020 when I saw my period last. Then I saw that period, and then by January I had missed my period. I was pregnant. I was so excited. I was on top of the world. I was so happy that I was pregnant. I'm pregnant. I was. They said, don't tell anybody. You don't know the witches and wizards. I said, okay, but my inner circle, they knew I was pregnant. Then the journey started. The pregnancy journey started. A real journey. 5 weeks into the pregnancy, I started vomiting. I would vomit, I would spit. I couldn't swallow my spit. I couldn't take normal water. I have to use. No, I was frustrated. Then it got to the point that I would eat everything and vomit it. It was frustrating. My husband basically told me, you know what, let's go and do an abortion. You can't go through this stress. But thank God, I just take me to a new house, take me to my sister's house. Let me go there. That's why I moved to my sister's house. I was weighing 45 after 3 months of pregnancy. Like at 3 months, I was weighing 45. I'll put the picture to see how I was looking. I looked like a witch. I looked like a big time witch. I went through hell. I wasn't eating. I was on an injection every Friday night to be able to retain water and food. I could only take frozen water. That's when the injection is in my body. If it's not in my body, nothing I take goes down. Once I drink water, I vomit. I eat food, I vomit it. I can't take my saliva, nothing. I had to be on injection to take food and to retain it. Not just to retain it, I was on basic injection. I had something that they call hyperemesis gravidarum. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but I'll spell it down here. It was bad. Most women have this and we don't even know the name. It was bad. I had the worst one of it. It was very bad. I couldn't take anything. I spat from the one of my pregnancy till I gave birth. I was in labor and was still spitting. The moment I gave birth, I threw my container away. My container was a very fine container. Anyways, I carried the pregnancy. It wasn't easy. I wasn't having appetite. Then I had heartburn. Then I had toothache. I had the worst toothache in pregnancy. I had the worst. In fact, do you know how bad it was that at 35 weeks, I took antibiotics for the toothache. At 35 weeks, my gum was swollen. My teeth broke. My teeth became sensitive. I couldn't clamp my teeth together. I was always like, I would cry all through the night. We thought of removing the teeth self. I almost removed the tooth, but the doctor was like, no, you can't put your local anesthesia at this stage of your pregnancy. So let's just do the normal one, like give you drugs to help it sustain it. I was having pain, toothache. I had to have a whole new routine for my teeth. I had to brush, use mouthwash. Like if I eat, I use mouthwash. I drink, I use mouthwash. Anything I take, I must use mouthwash. If I don't, I was not even taking anything sugary, just to prevent. Like there was one day I took something sugary and I was crying. I was crying. I avoided anything sugary. So that was it. I was moving on with the pregnancy, was progressing, and I found out I was having a boy. I wanted a girl, but boy, well, I was happy. I was having a baby. Every day we go to the hospital for scan. Another one would say, show me the baby's hand, show me his leg. Show me his eye, show me the ear, show me this. Where is it? Everything. He was paranoid. He was very, very paranoid. But then I really wanted it. I just wanted a healthy baby. I would take my drugs when I could. I would eat when I could. I would sleep. I would sleep. God, I would go to work in the morning, sleep till I go home. Once my water finished, I was saying, my water has finished. Come and take me home. I'm going home, and I would just go home. Luckily for me, I had an understanding boss, so he understood the whole journey for me, and he gave me some kind of leverage. So fast forward, I was going, then I lost my grandma. I cried like hell. I still think of it, and I'm so sad. She was the only grandparent I met. It was a sad thing for me to lose her, because I really wanted her to see my child. I called her to tell her, oh mama, I'm having a boy. You're like, the boy your mother did not have enough. God is blessing all of you with boys. God is answering our prayers in your generation. She was so happy. I was so happy. I was so sad I lost my grandma. I wouldn't even lie. Mama, anyway, we love you. We love you, Granny B. I lost my grandma. We went for the burial. I couldn't miss her burial. I traveled at how many weeks of pain. I gave birth exactly a month after her burial. So we moved, we moved. The pregnancy was moving. I was getting very fair. Some people, their parents make them ugly. My mom made me very fine. I was very fair. I was shining. I was gonna say his sperm is a good sperm, but then it was a beautiful, very beautiful journey for me in the pregnancy. We progressed, and then they had a surprise baby shower for me. My sisters, my friends, they had a surprise baby shower. I had no idea. Went for this baby shower unaware. It was beautiful. I had a swell time. Like, I was so happy. I cried. No, sorry, I'm a cry baby. Let's just put it there. I'm a cry baby. No, I cry a lot. The baby shower was beautiful, and after exactly 2 weeks after that baby shower, I went into labor. My friends came over the 2 days to that day. I went into the day I had to go to the hospital, and we danced. I danced. I was always dancing in my pregnancy, only for the Saturday. They came, let me say, on a Thursday. On Saturday, my water broke. My water broke. It didn't break, it cracked. Actually, there was a little crack in the womb, in the bag, wherever the baby was. There was a crack, so the water was leaking. I was scared I'll be wet. I called my mom. She was like, it's the baby. I called my daughter, like, oh, it's the baby. Go to the hospital. And we moved. We got to the hospital. They gave me bed. They checked me. They put this thing that they put inside me to check, and I was livid. I was going crazy. The general was like, oh, there's a crack. There's water coming out from there. We can't discharge. You can't go home. You're going to be here. If you don't go into labor by tomorrow, we have to induce you. Shit got real. Induce me. Labor. Was I ready? And I had the pain. I was scared. I wouldn't even lie. I was in the hospital. They gave me my bed. I was seeing women come and go. People were giving birth. I was just there. I was like, God, let this thing go smoothly. Let it be fast. Please help me. I was actually really scared. I wouldn't even lie. In the morning, I went to the hospital 18th night. By 19th morning, they had to induce me. Induced me by 8 a.m. 10, 8, 9, 10. Nothing. 11, nothing. They said talking about CS. They said they are going to do CS, so people enter distress. We're going to CS, and they started making calls, calling my mother. Wasn't around at the time because this was an early date. This was happening in September. Early date. I was meant to give birth 28th September, and this was happening 19th of September. My doctor was due to come back 20th morning. I was like, this thing, no. I was telling my husband, oh, look what they say, CSO. My man said, no problem, let us do the thing. He had gone, he had paid for blood already. And then they just checked me, they said, I'm dilating 2 cm. I've gone into labor fully. I said, you have to go full. I already zeroed my mind to do CS, but they now said, you're dilating, you have to go through Let's see how it goes. Let us start watching you. I started progressing. Small, small. Boom, boom, boom. The pain was increasing. It was scary. I would cry. No, I didn't cry at first. I would rub my hands. I would look for ways. I would breathe in, breathe out. Like I wouldn't even lie, I handled it very well. Pretty cool for a crybaby like me. I was cool. I was a cool pregnant woman. I didn't need oxygen. I didn't need no shit. I did my thing. God helped me, because I couldn't do it on my own. I was progressing. It was painful. Then the pain started coming every 5, happy 10 minutes, and I would cry. I would say, God, this was not the plan. God, please help me. Pity for me. You said you will not do it. I cried. Say, Mother Mary, Saint Rita, my patron saint. I was quoting. I was praying. I started singing. Oh my God. I cried. At the point I was on at 8 p.m, I was like, please, they just checked me. I was like, please check me again. Like after 5 minutes, like, no, we just checked you. The doctor was literally pulling the glove from his hands. He just checked me. And I was like, no, just please check. God told me it's time. I just prayed to God and God told me it's time. They're like, nah. The nurse that was on this was like, doctor, please just check her. The nurse, I had a wonderful nurse. Shout out to this nurse. I don't know where she is. I have not seen her since then. But wherever you are, just know that you have a cheerleader. I pray for you. God will bless you for me. God used you in my life during that period, and I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. She was like, doctor, just check her, please check her. Then my family friend that was there with me, she's a doctor in the hospital, was like, please check her for me, check her, please. Then they came. Doctor was like, okay. He came and he was like, actually, Ngozi, it's time. Hey, I said, doctor, and I've been holding poo. I wanted to poo, but I said I should not poo. They say it's time. I say okay. I hung my legs. So yeah, poo. I just scattered everywhere with poo. Scattered poo. The nurses were clean. Just wiped, and say now it's time to push. Wait though, I forgot. At some point I wanted a epidural. I cried. I called my home. I want a epidural. He told me no, baby, we agreed no epidural. Blah blah. I said, no, I want a epidural. Why you be lying like this? Why you like this? It's not good. It's not good, Collier. It's not good. I want a epidural. I didn't get a epidural, by the way. I continued my journey because my husband said, we discussed this. You knew what you wanted. You didn't want a epidural, and I'm going to stick to what you wanted when you were sane. Now you're not sane. You're insane. So I continued. They said, now push. I just did my last power, and I pushed. Kitty just came out. Then told me, please, one more push. Boom, placenta. Oh, but they cut me, Sha. Then this test stitching. The kid was crying. I was praying for him. I was finding his life. I said, Lord, this child you have given to me, he's going to be a blessing to me. I was praying, he's going to take all his milestones, he's going to be this, going to be that, a happy baby, blah blah blah. So emotional. And guess what? I gave birth on my dad's birthday, 20th of September. I have never liked sharing birthdays. I don't like it. I like to have independent celebrations, but I got my son on my dad's birthday. Can you remember something I said in the beginning of this video? I found out I was pregnant for that pregnancy I lost. It dates my dad's birthday. And I gave birth exactly a year after on my dad's birthday. Is God not wonderful? He compensated me. Like, he was like, I have to give a child. Like, it's a coincidence, but a very weird one. I just believe this was my miracle. God just compensated me, cleaned my tears with this my child. I call him my rainbow baby. A rainbow baby. We all know what a rainbow baby is. A baby that comes after a miscarriage or something, loss of a baby. He was my rainbow baby. He is my rainbow baby. And it's going to be a year by next month. This child is going to be 1 year. This little baby that I gave birth is going to be a year. So I had my baby. My husband was like, baby, if I ever insult you again, if I ever call you a weakling, tell me I'm mad, remind me of this day you pushed. I can't believe you pushed. He couldn't believe it. He said, I thought you were going to do CS. I didn't know. You are strong. I'm proud of you. I was so happy. It was very beautiful. Childbirth, it's a beautiful journey. Painful, but beautiful. When you see your child, the pain goes away. The big lie, the pain does not go away, but it makes it worth it. When you see your child, it makes everything worth it. It makes the pain, the struggle when you're pregnant, it makes everything worth it. So I'm happy I went on that journey, and I'm even preparing to go for number two. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. If you love the video, comment, like, tell me your input, tell me what you want me to be doing better. Now going to do the part 2, postnatal care. We don't talk about it enough. I'll be in the part 2 pretty soon. Postnatal care. We don't talk about it. Sincerely, women don't say it. You think it's when you give birth, that's it. The shit we go through after giving birth, it's underrated. It's really underrated. Anyway, see you guys in my next video. Bye.